To meet a Russian army requirement for a new attack helicopter, the Mi-28 competed against a Kamov Ka-50. During the trials, the Mi-28 was reportedly defeated by the Ka-50. However, MIL received a production order for a small batch of Mi-28 helicopters, most likely in order to prevent the manufacturer from going bankrupt. Mi-28 is a baseline version. It made its first flight in 1982. This helicopter never reached mass production. Only 2 prototypes were ever built. Mi-28A is an improved version with uprated engines exhausting via downward inclined diffusers. This version also never reached full-scale production. Only 2 production standard prototypes were built. The second prototype also had a moving, gyro-stabilized, under-nose electro-optical sensor turret and wingtip pods carrying electronic countermeasures and chaff dispensers. Mi-28N is a further improved version with night attack capability. Letter N in the designated stands for night. In 1994, Russian army funding allowed modification of the first Mi-28A prototype to Mi-28N configuration. This introduced a mast-mounted MMW keyhole or Arbela radar, composite rotor blades, forward-looking infrared, an electronic flight instrumentation system cockpit, improved armament options including a GLAV air-to-air missiles and uprated TV-3117VK engines. The Mi-28N made its first flight in 1997. Production commenced in 2005. Deliveries of the Mi-28N attack helicopters to the Russian army began in 2006. However, officially the type was adopted by the Russian army only in 2013. So the Mi-28N became a definitive production version of the Mi-28. This helicopter was produced until 2020, when production switched to the improved Mi-28NE version. Mi-28NE Night Hunter is an export version of the Mi-28N. This attack helicopter was exported to some countries. In 2013, Iraq ordered 10 of these helicopters. Later the additional units were ordered. A total of 19 helicopters were scheduled to be delivered to Iraq until 2016. However, it seems that these deliveries were running behind schedule. By 2020, only 11 Mi-28 were delivered to Iraq, plus another 4 Mi-28 hub combat trainers. Algeria ordered 42 of these helicopters, and by 2020 a small number of these helicopters were in service with Algerian military. Another customer was Uganda. In 2022, 3 Mi-28NE were spotted in Uganda. Mi-28NM is an upgraded version of the Mi-28N for the Russian army. Development of this helicopter began in 2008. It has a lot of improvements. This version is fully integrated into the data transfer system by all channels, including video, target position and other data. Also, this helicopter can receive data from others and can also control them. It made its first flight in 2016. In 2019, this helicopter was tested during combat operations in Syria. In 2020, production switched from the Mi-28N to this improved Mi-28NM standard. Deliveries commenced in 2021. Originally it was planned that by 2027 a total of 98 Mi-28NMs will be delivered to the Russian army. A small number of these helicopters is in service with the Russian army. This helicopter was used during the Russian invasion in Ukraine. Mi-28 Hub is a combat trainer helicopter. It is based on the Mi-28N. It can be used for pilot training, however this helicopter retains full combat capability. Some sources report that Russian army planned to obtain 30 of these helicopters. By 2020, Russian army operated 12 of these combat trainers. This version is also in service with export operators, including Iraq, at least 4 units, and Algeria. MIL also proposes a naval variant of the Mi-28 for support of amphibious naval assaults.